I'm the founder of Bliss Finance, where we train you to become your own financial boss. I have been in the financial service industry over 25 years, helping people get out of financial mess. I have given millions of dollars to consumers how to really go about clean out their debt in a way that they know there's the end date to their misery. Now, there's a concept out there of teaching people either one, you pay off the smallest first, so whatever the extra that you have, you tackle the small so you feel good once you paid it off, but you still continue to pay off, or you continue to pay the minimum balance for the rest of them. There's another concept out there that they actually share with you. No, you pay the largest on the contrary, but you still continue to make the minimum payment for the rest of the debt. That way, when you're done with that, you tackle the rest of them. Now, they're all a wonderful concept, but I'm going to do something a little bit differently. And the reason that I'm sharing this concept for a debt cleaning strategy is it is based on my experience in banking. When I see the power of compounding, that is where it's going to blow your mind away. So first, what is compounding? Compounding is your money grown on top of your money. So whatever the interest that accrued, and the next day, you are going to have money plus your interest, and that's going to be a balance the next day. Now, it is great. It is your money that you're saving. But the problem with revolving credit is that the interest just keep on adding up. And that's the reason why you look at your credit card statement, you're like, oh my God, it's gonna take me 10 years to pay off this. And that's the reason why I wanna share a strategy with you where we are actually combining both of the best of the world, but in a very strategic way, that way you know exactly when are you gonna pay it off. So first thing what you need to focus on is you got to focus on not the smallest, not the largest, but you got to focus on revolving. That is your priority. The reason revolving is because revolving is where you actually have this revolving interest, right? This is where your balance is not going to be fixed. Whereas a fixed account, you know every single month how much you're going to pay, just like a mortgage. You know there's an end date to that mortgage. You know there's an end date to the installment loan or to your car note. And that's the reason why it's very important for you to always first focus on revolving when you consider any kind of debt strategy. The second thing that you had to consider on the revolving part is you got to make sure that you focus on the highest interest rate first, not the lowest. Because think about that. Think about your balances is growing on top of each other with all this high interest. And that's the reason why it's very important. You always got to make sure that you focus on the highest interest under the revolving. Third thing, when you start tackling your revolving, is you got to make sure that you fixed this revolving so you have a deadline of exactly when you're going to pay it off. I've seen clients that they pay $100 extra, $100 extra, $100 extra. But the problem is the horizon of the time. You could have done something much smarter if you fixed your loan so you know exactly how much is going to the principal, how much is going to the interest, and when the loan is going to get paid off. And that's the reason why it's very important you do in this order of start thinking about your revolving, focusing on what is the highest interest rate, and try to fix it. And the fourth thing that you got to make sure that you understand is whatever that you cannot fix, move those balances into 0% balance transfer. It is very important that you find out all the rules of this particular financial institution about the zero balance transfer, because everyone is different. But think about this. Instead of paying this high interest rate that you're throwing your money, because now your interest is accrued on top of your interest and all the balances, where you move this amount and you have it as 0% for however long that is, and you are very disciplined of making the payment, including the principal, so you know there is going to be the end date. That is the key. You got to make sure you know when your end date is going to be. Last not least is where you are going to focus on anything that a small amount, and when I say small amount, that's anything less than $1,000. Pay it off. Pay off using your cash. Pay off using specific bucketing strategy that I shared with you in another session. Pay that out, because there's no reason for you to keep on having those little balances. But the order you gotta make sure is tackle the revolving, tackle the highest interest rate, fix it so you know exactly when the deadline is, and then of course, last not least, is going to be do the zero balance transfer and pay it off the small amount. So I hope this session serves you. I do have a course that teaches specifically how to clean up the debt. And it's a very specific case study that I present in the course where I show you exactly what's some of the methodology, but also how to work with a lender, because you got to make sure that you understand how to think like a lender and how to be able to get what you wanted and still not affect your credit score. And that is a very powerful course that I have to share with you. Until I see you next time, stay unique, be alive, and make an impact.